Minnesota is seeing a surge of people filing for bankruptcy. The numbers are inching closer to pre-pandemic levels, and experts point to student loan debt as one of the driving forces here.
Investigative reporter Ryan Raish uncovered what is behind the spike and the added relief some are finding in court.
This stack of unpaid bills kept creeping higher for Jenny George.
I was at the point where I was really having to watch pennies to buy food.
Despite a good job with Goodhue County, Jenny fell into a financial spiral. Rising costs, interest rates, and a trip to the ER blew up her monthly budget.
You were starting to sort of make the calculation, do I put food on the table or pay a bill?
Yes. I was getting to that point where after I paid rent, I would hardly have anything left with one check.
Adding to her stress last fall,
repayments for federal student loans picked back up this weekend.
The end of that 3-year-long pandemic-era pause on student loans. Jenny owed just shy of $60,000 in student loans. That's not counting credit cards and medical bills, bringing her total debt to more than $93,000.
It just kept getting worse and worse.
Jenny filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy late last year, and she's among a growing list of people taking that desperate legal step in Minnesota. Court data shows the number of personal bankruptcies climbing. January, year over year, saw a 54% spike in filings.
Everything I'm seeing says there's an uptick.
Randy Seaver would know. He's worked as a bankruptcy trustee for 25 years. A trustee is a sort of court-appointed referee to make sure everyone plays by the rules.
What is driving these filings?
I would think one of the primary factors would be the end of the moratorium on student loans. So people are paying student loans again. Interest rates going up certainly doesn't help anything.
And as 5 Investigates first reported late last year, a rush of former students went to court to take advantage of a new provision that made it easier to erase student loans in bankruptcy. So we wanted to know, how many people with student loans are going through bankruptcy right now? We spent days at the federal courthouse analyzing 2 weeks worth of recent bankruptcy filings in Minnesota, about 250 cases. The total debt in that span, nearly $48 million. We found nearly half of those people carried student debt, $6 million in total.
Yeah.
People like Jenny George, not ready for that bill to come due again.
We all knew it was coming, but we get into human habits.
And mounting credit card debt is still king in bankruptcy. Data from the New York Federal Reserve shows the average person in Minnesota has more than $3,700 in credit card debt.
That's really putting a squeeze on everybody's budget.
Attorney John Lammy says most people filing have multiple cards and balances they'll never catch up on. And data from the Federal Reserve now backs that up, showing more than 6.5% of credit card holders in Minnesota have fallen behind on payments.
I think people start putting expenses that maybe should be paid out of their bank account on the credit card, and it just kind of starts to snowball over time, and then the minimum payment keeps creeping up. And if their wages aren't going up, then something has to give.
For Jenny, the clean slate is near.
It just was such a relief that I didn't have to try to struggle to find the money.
Her Chapter 7 bankruptcy cleared out $34,000 in debt. The discharge of $60,000 in student loans is pending. She's hopeful for a fresh start. And as we reported late last year, discharging student loans in bankruptcy is not a guarantee. You still have to prove an undue hardship to the government, and it can take several months, but it is giving some desperate borrowers some hope in all of this.
Yeah, and absolutely. It can be a fresh start. It's meant to be a lifeline, but it does come with potentially some pretty big downfalls.
It's something everyone has to consider very carefully. Filing for bankruptcy stays on your credit report for up to 10 years. It means it may be harder to get loans, or those loans may come with higher interest rates, but for some, it is a way out and the only way out. And we should also know this. Everyone I talked to said the stigma around bankruptcy is not what it used to be. It really has changed.
Okay, but it's still 10 years is a long time.
Yes.
And we're talking a lot of debt.
Yeah.
Okay, Ryan, thanks.
Thanks, guys.